Known for his fiery speeches, controversial stands, and massive influence among young conservatives, Charlie was a figure that commanded attention everywhere he went. But no one could have predicted that his story would end so tragically and so suddenly in a place where he was supposed to be safe, inside a university auditorium. For his family, especially his wife Erika Kirk, the pain has been unbearable. They expected love and sympathy, but what came from the very institution where Charlie breathed his last left them even more devastated. The university principal's shocking statement after his passing has turned into a storm that no one saw coming, the tragedy that stunned the nation. Charlie Kirk's death wasn't just another headline. It was a tragedy that forced millions to question what really happened. Reports suggested he collapsed during a scheduled event, while other eyewitnesses claimed there was chaos before emergency responders arrived. No matter the version, one thing is certain: Charlie didn't survive. News cameras captured the moments as Erika, with tears rolling down her face, was escorted from the hospital. Family friends described her as inconsolable and completely shattered. Yet, amid all the heartbreak, the words of the university principal cut like a knife. This shouldn't have happened here. During a press briefing, the principal of the university stepped forward, his voice trembling. He looked directly into the cameras and said, "This tragedy should not have happened on our grounds." The circumstances around Charlie Kirk's death are shocking, and even his family will find it hard to believe how this unfolded here. The moment these words hit the airwaves, shockwaves spread across the Kirk family. Instead of closure, Erika and the rest of the family were left with even more questions. What did the principal mean? Why was he so confident that the family would be shocked to hear the truth? And was there something deeper, hidden behind his words? Erika Kirk's emotional breakdown. Those close to Erika revealed that the principal's statement left her sleepless. Already mourning her husband, she now felt as if there was a mystery surrounding his final moments that no one was willing to explain clearly. She broke down privately, whispering to close friends, "How could they say that? How could they look into the cameras and make my pain worse?" Supporters across social media rallied behind her. Hashtags like #JusticeForCharlie and Pray for Erika began trending as thousands of fans demanded the university provide full transparency about what happened. A family left in the dark. The Kirk family expected compassion. Instead, they felt cornered by speculation. Some relatives reportedly confronted the administration privately, asking for details about Charlie's collapse, but received vague responses. Charlie's sister was quoted as saying, "We lost our brother, and now we're losing our peace of mind." The principal's words haunt us. What do they mean when they say it shouldn't have happened here? Are they hiding something? Every passing day since the tragedy has brought more questions than answers. Public reaction, anger, and sympathy. The public didn't hold back. While some defended the principal's right to speak openly, the majority criticized his choice of words, calling them insensitive and reckless. For Erika, the backlash was bittersweet. On one hand, people supported her grief. On the other, the speculation fueled conspiracy theories that only made her pain worse. Some headlines screamed, "Principal suggests cover-up in Charlie Kirk's death." What the family wasn't told about Charlie Kirk's final moments. University under fire after shocking statement on Kirk tragedy. The frenzy grew louder, and Erika's heartbreak became a spectacle no grieving spouse should ever endure. Erika's first public words. After days of silence, Erika finally gathered the strength to address the public. Holding back tears, she said in a short statement, "My husband was a fighter, a believer, and a man who loved his country. Losing him is the hardest thing I've ever faced. But to hear words that confuse and hurt us in this time of mourning, I just don't know how to process it. We deserve the truth, and Charlie deserves respect." Her words struck deep, resonating with millions. People wept watching the video, and once again, her courage became the focal point of the story. The days following Charlie Kirk's death were supposed to be about mourning, remembering his life, and honoring his legacy. Instead, they became days of confusion, suspicion, and growing anger. The principal's statement did not die down after the press conference. It only ignited an inferno of questions that no one seemed able to answer. Media pressure on the university. Within hours of the statement, Television networks, online blogs, and even international outlets began dissecting the principal's words. Analysts debated on air, why would the principal say something like that? Does he know more than he's revealing? Could this be linked to safety concerns at the university? What did Charlie Kirk experience in those last moments that would shock even his family? Every headline seemed to stretch Erika's heartbreak further. Instead of allowing her to grieve privately, the story turned into a public trial of what happened on campus. The university was suddenly under siege by both journalists and angry supporters who demanded clarity. Erika's struggle to stay strong. Behind closed doors, Erika was breaking. Her friends described her as someone who tried to put on a brave face for the cameras, but who sobbed uncontrollably when the lights were off. She felt abandoned by the very institution that should have shown her compassion. "I don't understand why they couldn't just say, 'We're sorry for the loss,'" Erika told a family friend. "Why did they have to say words that opened more wounds?" Her breakdown was visible even in private family gatherings. Relatives described her clutching Charlie's old photos, whispering that she just wanted one more moment with him. Family's reaction. Charlie's family wasn't just grieving, they were furious. His parents, stunned by the principal's statement, demanded a private meeting. Sources close to the family claimed that during the meeting, they asked point blank, "What do you mean this should not have happened here? Are you hiding something from us?" The administration reportedly remained vague, offering condolences but no clear answers. This fueled rumors that perhaps the principal knew of health concerns, event risks, or even something more sinister. The family left that meeting with more frustration than comfort. Conspiracy theories take over. With the lack of clarity, conspiracy theories began to explode online. Some claimed Charlie had been silenced for his outspoken views. Others said the university had neglected proper safety measures. A few even suggested foul play. For Erika, these theories were unbearable. She wanted truth, not wild guesses. But at the same time, she couldn't shake off the unease that maybe, just maybe, there was something the public didn't yet know. The principal faces backlash. The principal himself came under fire. Students protested outside his office with placards that read, "Tell us the truth. Charlie deserved better. We stand with Erika." Faculty members began distancing themselves from the administration's handling of the situation. Leaked emails suggested that even within the university, staff felt the statement had been poorly worded and deeply insensitive. The pressure mounted until the principal was forced to give a second press conference. This time, his tone was defensive. "When I said those words, I did not intend to cause pain," he said. "I meant only that the incident was shocking and unexpected for everyone involved. I am deeply sorry for the distress caused to the Kirk family." But for Erika and her loved ones, it was too little, too late. The damage had already been done. Erika's call for truth. Determined not to let her husband's death become a cloud of confusion, Erika released another heartfelt statement. "We deserve transparency. My husband's supporters deserve clarity. And most of all, his memory deserves respect. I ask the university to be honest and forthcoming about what happened in those final moments." Her words resonated far and wide. Supporters poured in with messages of love, prayers, and demands for accountability. The story was no longer just about Charlie's passing. It had become about justice, truth, and respect. Public mourning turns into a movement. Across the country, candlelight vigils were held in Charlie's honor. Students at multiple campuses lit candles and prayed, chanting, "Truth for Charlie, strength for Erika." What started as grief was turning into a movement demanding answers. In cities from New York to Los Angeles, people carried posters of Charlie's smiling face with the words, "We will not forget." His death had gone beyond a personal tragedy. It had become a national moment of reckoning. Erika's silent strength. Despite her deep sorrow, Erika became a symbol of resilience. Every time she appeared in public, people admired her courage. She carried herself with dignity, though insiders said she was battling sleepless nights, anxiety, and constant tears. Friends described how she often whispered before bed, "Charlie, please give me the strength to keep going." Her silence spoke louder than any speech, and the world listened. The storm around Charlie Kirk's death refused to die down. Every day, new layers unfolded, pulling his family deeper into confusion and sorrow. Erika, though shattered, found herself in the center of a national debate she never asked for. Media investigations began. Major news outlets began digging into the case, contacting students, faculty members, and even event organizers who were present during Charlie's final moments. What they found only intensified the drama. Some witnesses claimed Charlie appeared visibly stressed and agitated just before stepping on stage. Others insisted that the atmosphere in the auditorium felt off and that something unusual occurred behind the scenes. The media painted conflicting pictures, and Erika was left wondering which version held the truth. Principal's words revisited. Clips of the principal's first statement were replayed endlessly on television and social media. Analysts slowed down his speech, studied his body language, and debated his choice of words. One commentator noted, when he said even his family will be shocked, he looked down and hesitated. That wasn't just grief. That was something he knew but didn't want to say. This analysis caught fire online, spreading like wildfire and fueling theories that the university was hiding more than it revealed. Families' growing distrust. The Kirks, once hopeful for cooperation, now grew distrustful of the university. Relatives whispered among themselves that perhaps Charlie's death wasn't as simple as a health failure. Some questioned security arrangements, others wondered about hidden conflicts. Erika, however, struggled to balance suspicion with grief. She wanted answers, but above all, she wanted peace for her husband's memory. If there's something they're not telling us, I want to know, she confided to a close family member. But if this is just careless words, I want them to stop hurting us. Supporters demand justice. The public movement only grew louder. Thousands flooded social media with messages demanding transparency. Petitions circulated online, calling for an independent investigation. Candlelight vigils turned into protests outside the university gate. Signs, truth for Charlie, no more secrets. Respect the Kirk family. The institution found itself cornered by both the media and the public. Erika's silent power. Amid the chaos, Erika's silence carried extraordinary power. She didn't need to speak often. Her presence, her grief-stricken eyes, and her courage in simply showing up spoke louder than words. Every photo of her, standing by family, holding back tears, clutching a picture of Charlie, went viral. People saw not just a widow, but a woman fighting for her husband's honor. Supporters called her the heart of truth and rallied behind her with unwavering devotion.